Good afternoon, everybody. Can't Biker here, on the same ride as when I was testing my microphone, so hopefully it worked, because otherwise this one's going in the bin. But you know, got to try, haven't you? Just coming up to I think this is North Frodingham. I might have just gone through North Frodingham. Oh, this is North Frodingham. I meant to come here a few weeks back with Graham to check out the floods with my drone, but by the time we were coming back I was freezing cold and I couldn't be bothered to stop. So oh blimey, they're still here then. I was just about to say, so I expect the floods will all have gone. I've not brought my drone because the winds are howling, so there's no point. But wow, that is normally just a field. How the heck has that happened? That's amazing. That's properly deep, isn't it? I would say you could go paddling in it, but you'd probably get stuck. There's a couple of ducks in the middle of it. They're enjoying themselves. I'm surprised at that, because over there you might be able to see there's a little bank with a I've just noticed that obviously the telegraph poles in the water. You might see the bank just past the telegraph poles. There is a little, I was going to say a river, but it's not a river. It's the tiniest little trickle of a stream that normally when you're going past you can barely get a chance to see the water as you go past. So I'm intrigued now as to whether you'll be able to see a lot of water in there or not. I might pull over. I've got a 4x4 coming up behind me, so I might pull over and have a look rather than drive over slowly. In fact, there's nobody else after him, so I'll let him past and just slowly go over, because that's just a tiny little trickle still. What's this one like then? Oh wow, okay, so there you go, that's where that's come from. That's amazing. I've never seen it like that before. That's oh yeah, that's quite shocking really. Anyway, back to these nicely muddy roads. I'm definitely in farming area at the minute, and I guess I can't really grumble about them bringing mud onto the roads, because there's no way they've got dry fields, is there? I mentioned in the last video, if it saw the light of day, that I got some new gloves. These ones here, and you'll probably be able to tell, if you're somebody who watches a few of my videos, you'll probably be able to tell these are not electric gloves. That was a really bad place to do an overtake, wasn't it? That could have ended up very badly if the one in the side road hadn't been paying attention. Yeah, that video I did a few back where I said, I was talking about my electric vest, which I'm wearing at the minute, and is delightful in this cold weather. I said how I'd love to have a pair of gloves to go with it, heated gloves to go with it, electric gloves, heated gloves to go with it, but I haven't bought them. I bought something else instead, some non-electric-y heated ones, mainly because this month has been a bit of a nightmare month for me. First we had an oven break, so I had to buy a new oven. They aren't cheap. Then I had to have a crown on a tooth, and they aren't cheap either. And then just to rub salt in the wounds, my car decided it was a good time to die. I was going to say they aren't cheap either, but I'm not buying another one because they are stupid price at the minute. But apparently a known problem on the Volkswagen 3-cylinder engines, the timing chain stretched, which obviously if it snapped is a disaster. But luckily it just stretched, and when they stretched they damaged the chain tensioners, and it took out a sensor at the same time, with the chain slapping around inside the engine and making a horrible noise. Started it up one time and it sounded like somebody slapping a metal chain against some, well, parts of the inside of an engine, because it was. And then another time when I started it up, which was to take it to the garage, it was just a horrible constant squeaking noise from the car, and obviously engine management light on and all that kind of stuff, where it had blown the sensor away with the chain chain slapping it or something, I don't know. Way more than I can do on my driveway. So I took it to the experts who relieved me of the best part of 700 quid. So heated gloves were off the table, maybe next year. So I bought these instead. These are Richa. I think you pronounce it Richa or Richa, I don't know. 5/7 of my name, I should know. Richa, because that's what it would be if it was in my name. They're called the Richa Winter Carbon, or Carbon Winter, one of the two. Carbon, presumably, because it sounds all snazzy, because, you know, there is no carbon in them. Maybe there would have been if they were heated, who knows. But no, there's no carbon in them. That's just a buzzword, isn't it? It doesn't even look like carbon or anything. So just a buzzword. I guess in a couple of years it'll be the Richa AI winter gloves or something. Some other buzzword that's of the moment. But it's just a pair of winter gloves. But I thought I'd just tell you a little bit about them, because you might be thinking of getting them yourselves, and if you are, I think I could recommend them. They're just basically a standard thick winter glove. They've got the 3M thin-chelate material inside them, which keeps my hands lovely and warm. The insides of my hands are always warm, so I've got the heated grips anyway. But I found that the outside of my hands get cold, and particularly my fingertips get really cold. I've been out for about an hour now, and my fingertips are fine, my hands are fine. I went out the other day and did 150 miles with them on, in much colder temperatures than these, and by the end of that 150 miles my fingertips were colder than the rest of my that's full as well, colder than the rest of my hands, but they weren't so cold as to be a problem. They weren't painful like they had been with the other gloves I've been wearing previously. So they work really nicely. Fitting wise, they fit me really well. I've got tiny stubby little fingers, so I often find that gloves are too long and the fingertips kind of are just wobbly bits on the ends, but these are really snug on the fingers without being too tight. And they've got an adjustment at the back there where it says waterproof, indicating hopefully that they are waterproof. I've not tried them in the rain yet. That cinches up on the back of your hand nicely to hold them on, so you get a good snug fit, which is nice for the warmth, and you know, hopefully better if you were to come off and slide down the road. There is a bit of protection on the inside, good bit of thick leather on there. There's some knuckle protection, but it's only kind of rubbery plastic knuckle protection. It's not carbon or anything. You'd think it would have been with them calling them the Richa Carbon Winter, but no. But you know, there's a little bit of protection here and there. Certainly they feel substantial, and I think if you came off the bike and slid down the road a little bit, I think they would give you good abrasion protection. Got that leather inside, so that's always best, isn't it? There's very little in the way of textiles on them, to be fair. There's a bit around the back there, and then it's mainly leather around the fingers and the back of the hand. The cuffs here, I know I said in the previous video I don't really like these long cuffs, but you know, when it's this cold you have to do something, so they are textile, but the rest of it is pretty much 90% leather, and it does they do a nice job. That thin-chelate, I think, makes all the difference. So good little pair of gloves, and I think I paid about 60 quid, which I didn't think was too bad. But yeah, good little pair of gloves, I think. They've also got another bit for fit as well that is interesting. I've not seen it on a pair of these before, which is got like a string, you know, drawstring there, so you can draw in the ends of the gloves as well. I guess that'd be quite good if it was chucking it down with rain, to give you a bit of protection from it running down your sleeves and into your gloves. So quite nice to have that. I mean, maybe with big sleeves you'd even be able to tuck them in with that cinched up, I don't know. Might be worth a try another day. And then the other thing I like about them, which I've not had a pair of gloves before, and certainly look for in the future, or adjust them myself to have it on. They've got a nice little press stud thing somewhere around here. Can't even see it. It's in there somewhere, but yeah, pay attention to the green light instead. A little press stud on the back, so you can stud the two together, which means if you're parking the bike up in a place where you don't think anyone's going to nick your gloves, it's really easy to press them together and then hang them on the bike. So I just thought I'd tell you about them because I think they're a decent glove. Nobody's paying me to say this. I've never done a sponsored video. Very unlikely I ever will. I've been accused of it before, but I've never done it. I'm not doing this for money or freebies. And I've said in the past, I think even with freebies, as soon as you start accepting them, you're compromised, and I'd rather not be. Anyway, I think that'll do for a little video. I'll wrap that one up rather than just witching on for hours. So thanks for watching, everyone. Ride safe. Thanks to all those people who did give me the advice on the heated gloves. Just a shame I couldn't take it. Anyway, ride safe, and I'll talk to you all again soon.